Hello guys, and welcome back to another video here on my YouTube channel. Now today's video, I'm picking out 5 players which I would like Luton to sign in this summer transfer window. I did this video maybe a couple seasons ago and you guys really enjoyed it, so I'm here again to give you guys the 5 players which I would like Luton to sign. But before I do, can we please drop a like on today's video? The more likes we get on our videos, guys, the better the video does. It reaches out to a much wider audience, and we want to attract as many new people as possible. So please drop a like and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. We've hit 3,000 subscribers on the channel. Let's try and get 4,000 by the end of the year. And also leave a comment down below the players which you kind of want Luton to sign in this summer transfer window, and make it as realistic as possible. So the first player which I have picked out for Luton to try and sign in this summer transfer window is a goalkeeper, and that is Victor Johansson. He is the Rotherham United goalkeeper, and he's a goalkeeper that had a very good season last year. Rotherham stayed up in the Championship, probably for the first time that they haven't done a yo-yo type of season, and he was one of the biggest reasons for that. He's a great shot stopper. I think in the game against us, he was pretty much their man of the match. He was outstanding. He's 23 years old and he's someone with a lot of potential. I feel like he's a good goalkeeper. From what I've seen from him, he's proven that he is a capable Championship goalkeeper. Is he good enough for the Premier League? Well, it's only down for us to sign him and wait and see. But I definitely think that is a realistic transfer for us to make. I don't think we would be paying too much money for him. It's just whether or not he would want to come to Luton. But then again, Premier League football is a massive, put-in factor. But then we have been linked with a lot of goalkeepers. Tom Heaton, we've been linked with the Manchester United and former Burnley goalkeeper. Asmir Begovic, which may be a done deal. Which sounds like a done deal. It's been reported, which I would love to come in. And also Mark Travers, the Bournemouth goalkeeper. So a goalkeeper is definitely going to be coming, and it's kind of confirmed that we are not going to be signing Ethan Horvath this summer transfer window. So Victor Johansson is definitely a keeper which I wouldn't mind bringing to the club. As I've said, he's young for a goalkeeper, plenty of potential there. But yeah, let's see what happens. As I was making notes for this video, we've been linked with so many players, and it's just really hard to try and find a player that's not on my list, which I was already trying to figure out. And one player that has been linked to Luton, which was already on my list, was Mans Anderson, the Barnsley central defender. We love a signing from Barnsley, but Anderson is a little bit different to the other players. Anderson is a player that, for me, is a Championship defender playing in League One. He's at least a Championship defender. For the last 4 seasons now, he has been performing extremely well for Barnsley, and I don't know how he's still a Barnsley player. He's 25 years old, and yes, the step up from League One to the Premier League, it is a big jump, but this is someone who's not playing in the correct level. He's someone who should be playing a lot higher. He's performing, week in, week out. He's the best defender, in my opinion, in League One. So the fact that he's playing in that league is, I just can't believe he's still there. So, and he's someone who I think Luton will just go and get. We love a signing from Barnsley. We will get him on a much cheaper deal than what you may think. Probably around under £2 million, which is, for us, it's a bargain really. It's not massive amount of money. And 25 years old, as I've already mentioned, 4 great years already in English football. 3 out of those 4 years were in the Championship as well. I think we should be signing him. He's similar to the way Tom Lockyer likes to play, and we all love Tom Lockyer at the club. And I feel like he is someone we should be bringing in. I really do like him. I've been keeping tabs on him for a while, only because we keep signing players from Barnsley, but he's definitely someone I think we should be signing. The third player which I think we should be signing, and I do think maybe more for the future, is a centre-half from another League One side, from Peterborough United, and his name is Ronnie Edwards. Ronnie Edwards is a under-20s England international who has been playing regular football for Peterborough for the last 2.5 years, and he's someone who I think will play Premier League football in the future. I think he needs maybe a little bit more development, a little bit more time, and I feel like we're the perfect club for that. The same with Barnsley. Peterborough is another club which we have a fantastic, relationship with, especially in the transfer negotiation side of things. And I definitely think Ronnie Edwards is a player which we should be looking at. I think we won't be spending too much over the odds for him as well. And for someone who I think will play Premier League football in the future, I think it's someone we should be definitely signing. When you watch him play as well, he looks like he's someone who's already played over 200 appearances in his career. He may have the odd mistake in him because of, how young he is, but I'm pretty sure we can iron that out. His composure on the ball is really good. He's playing out from the back, it's extremely good as well. He commands his area, and from watching him firsthand at the, for England under-20s, he's definitely someone who I think should be playing a lot higher than he currently is. And for that reason, I think we should be going to sign Ronnie Edwards from Peterborough United. The fourth player which I think Luton should try and bring in is someone who I've seen for England under-20s. He's a fantastic player, someone who I think with the right attitude and the right mindset could potentially play for England for many, many years in the future. Someone who I think could be a very top player. And I mean, if he does everything correct, could go all the way. He could be one of the biggest stars in football, because that's how good I think he is. I'm going to try and say his name correctly. He goes by the name of Carney Chukwuemeka. He plays for Chelsea. He's an 18-year-old. He started his career at Aston Villa. Chelsea brought him, as they normally do with really good academy prospects. And he has been featuring for Chelsea last season. Now, mainly as a sub appearances, but I don't know what's going to happen with Chelsea. But the reason why I think we should go out and bring this guy in, he is someone who needs first team football. I think he's good enough to play Championship Premier League football. From what I've seen, this guy's composure on the ball for an 18-year-old is just incredible. His technique, his dribbling ability is just unreal. The only question mark is, does he have the desire and the battle and the heart to fight for points when things are not going his way? That's the only question mark I've got, because with youngsters, they get frustrated, they get angry when things don't go their way. What are they like when things don't go their way? Are they, determined to make sure that things, get better? How do they react? How do they respond? This is someone who I think could be a top player. But I just don't know what Chelsea's plans are with him. Are Chelsea going to keep him from next year, keep him under tabs, give him a few more sub appearances? With a new manager as well, who's great with youngsters, Poch, he's fantastic with young players. He may want to keep him and play him for Chelsea. But with Chelsea signing loads of players, getting rid of loads of players, I just don't know what the plans are for him. But Chelsea do like letting players go out on loan, and I do think Rob Edwards will go down the loan market for a few players. But Carney Chukwuemeka, we're just going to call him Carney, I think is someone we should bring in. Honestly, his ability is unbelievable and his potential is sky high. Honestly, what a player. And I was so happy that I got to witness him play, because wow, he is a great player. And the final signing which I think Luton should try and make, it is a striker. We have been linked with a few strikers already in this summer transfer window. We've been linked with a lot of players, but there's one player which we have actually been linked with is Joe Pirro from Swansea. He is the 23-year-old striker from Swansea. He scored over 40 goals in his last 2 seasons. And he's someone who I think is now ready to step up to the Premier League. As I've already said, 23 years old. Last 2 seasons have been outstanding for Swansea. Obviously with Russell Martin leaving Swansea to go to Southampton, and we don't know who potentially could be the next manager, he is someone who I think we should take full advantage of. The only question marks is the transfer value for Joe Pirro. Are Swansea going to demand a high fee? Now, from what I've read, he's on his last year of his contract, which goes in our favour a little bit, because they kind of maybe want to cash in then, rather than wait for him to turn down a contract at some point in January or throughout the season. I think for under 5 million or potentially 5 million, I know it seems really unrealistic for Luton to use that amount of money on a player, but for someone who I think is potentially worth it and worth the gamble, I think it's worth paying that price. He's unbelievable. When I was watching Swansea play, his all-round game is really good. He's proved it the last 2 seasons now. I feel like he's now ready for the step up to the Premier League and see what he can potentially do against the very best defenders in the division. That's just my opinion. I really hope we can bring him in. But yeah, those are the 5 players which I would like Luton to sign in this summer transfer window. Let me know down below the players which you would like Luton to sign, realistic enough in this transfer window. Drop a like on the video, as I said at the start, if you did enjoy it. Subscribe if you're new, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next video.